far, so I've been a bit back and forth about posting the TB journals weekly, right? Because okay, so it happened like so about 6 months ago, or well, it's not actually 6 months, it's just about 6 months ago when I actually went off the medication, right? And as net soos, it was like really one of the worst times of my life, you know, and it's a really, even though I've done the work in therapy, you know, we've dealt with a lot of the, I want to say, a lot of the emotional damage of the experience, or like the emotional scarring of the experience and the triggers and things like that. And so we've dealt with that. And so, okay, you know, good, great. And then still, you can hoe baie werk doen. Like you can do a lot of work on something and it can still remain a really horrible experience. It doesn't take away the horribleness of the experience. And so I recognize how there's still a lot of weight to that experience. Oh my very goodness. Like thinking about just going back to one of these videos, even though it's like, there's a part of me that's like, oh my word, I'm wanting to take out popcorn, you know, and watch it like a movie, if you know what I mean, watch it like a documentary, to be honest, because that's what it is in essence and essentially, which is the very same thing. It is a documentary of an experience. And so, you know, if you're like into, I won't say if you're into thrillers, but that's not the point, it's not a thriller. It's not like that bad. But if you're like into documentaries and people's authentic experiences, then this is one of them. I'm recognizing how when I watch television, and maybe, I don't know if I'm like bashing my own thing that I want to post, but, and perhaps it's that too. I'm just kind of inviting you into my thought process here, but perhaps it's that too. Like when I watch things on television or on YouTube or whatever it is that I watch, I like rom-coms. You know what I'm saying? Like I like Pride and Prejudice vibes. I like Love on Iceland vibes. I like cutie duty, you know what I'm saying? That's what I like. And so I don't want to watch. I'm literally out here. I don't even know what this video is going to do for you who would be wanting to watch the TV journals. But the point is that this is me sharing the experience, that I personally don't want to watch. For me, it's that I don't want to rewatch and relive my experience. I would want y'all to see it because I recorded it for a reason, and I want you to, and the purpose of sharing the TB journals for me is for is a measure of healing to an extent for me, and also, that's how I perceived it from the start, and how I was so excited to share it, and then also it is a measure of awareness. Like for me, a great deal of this is a measure of awareness, like sharing what is the experience like to actually have TB. Like before I got TB, what my connotation was to it was, okay, you cough blood, which I never did, by the way. You know, it's like, okay, you cough blood and people get skinny and people die. That was my connotation of TB. I think I didn't even know you go on medication. Oh, I know I did know because my friend had it as well. So I did know that you go on medication and you can survive it. But I didn't know the details to it. You know, I didn't know that what is really people's experience. For one of the main killers of our nation, we're in them streets. Like I was ignorant of it. And so for me, to a great extent, it's about creating awareness. Maar ek is niet so bewus van hoe ek right now, honestly, my life is so great. You know what I mean? Like, my life is so great. And it was really not in a space that it was this great for, like, a very long time. If it ever, no, actually, it's never been this great. You know what I mean? Like, there's been snippets, but I'm really in a good place in my life. And I'm just, like, yes, you know, like, sharing this and being frank and real about going back to a bad experience. It's really crappy. It's like, I don't want to be reminded of the thing that I wanted to be unreminded of for such a long time. Like, it was so part of my life, and I think it's that measure to which it's like, when you went through a really bad experience, you don't want to be reminded of that bad experience, you know? And yeah, I'm sweating in this room because I closed the windows in order for there not to be the outside noise coming in. Anyway, so that's my five scene. The Pacific is baie vulnerable in these things, and I really invite people, and I've really invited people that's watching this into like my space, even though there's still so much that I don't share. I you know, and it's that measure of even like the ending what Belief in Fatherhood said, like, you know, just I have the agency to share what I want to share, and I have the agency to allow you into what it is that I feel comfortable with sharing, you know. And I think that's also so applicable to the TB journals thing. So yeah, just sharing my thought process here. And this is me being frank. I'm like, I don't want to watch heavy things all the time. I don't, you know. But that's also why we can choose, and we all have a choice, and I have the choice what I watch and what I don't watch. And so nothing is forced on nobody. Not even me posting these videos. It's not even forced on me, you know. Thought process shared 2.0, 5.9, 6.3 of these things I like to call tbjournals. Anyway.